Welcome to Confidence with Katheleen, hosted by me, Katheleen Daigle.
Hey, welcome to Confidence with Katheleen. Today it's a little bit a special edition. I asked for that episode to different owners to send me a video about their experience about the animal communication and about the work that we are doing together. I want to let that voice to the owner. It's always me that's talking. I let the horse talk. I share you some story about the horse, but I want to hear about the owner too, how it can help them, how the communication help them, like to bond better with the horse and to learn about their horse, how it helped them with the specialists like vet, chiro, and things like that. So, and I'm very grateful because I have a lot of them that send me videos. I present you some for today, and thank you to all of you that send me those videos. I really appreciate it. So I will just let them explain them their experience. And why I want to do that, it's because, you know, I want to share and I want to open your mind, you know, because I'm not feeling that I have all the truth, but I'm feeling that animal communication can really help you to bond better with your horse. So when your horse tell you things or when your horse feel things, if you listen, that can really help you to have better result, to connect better with themselves, to understand them better. And that's really my goal. And more than I'm working with the owner to the people, more than I can give them tools to learn how to be better for their horse. Because it's good to listen to your horse, but in the same time, sometimes you need to work on yourself too, and that's what I'm feeling that make a huge difference. So I'm very excited to let them talk and to let them express how it helped them, and even on their own confidence or with the vet or with different specialists. So I really hope you will enjoy that episode.
Hi, my name is Dustin Angelle.
And I'm Clay Espey.
And I'm close friends with Katheleen Daigle. We've used her in our operation for the last 4 years since she's come here from Canada. And we've had lots of success with her. One of the reasons that we like Katheleen to work with the horses is it gives us a different thought process on how our horses actually think and get us to connect with our horses a little bit more.
And then I'm a veterinarian, so Kathleen and I have done a lot of work together in terms of different diagnostics and different treatment methods in order to see, you know, some of the things that we're doing to treat these horses. Is it really working the way that we think that it's supposed to be working, or is it really helping these horses and benefiting them based on the research that's out there that we've kind of as veterinarians have looked at to treat these horses over the past years. I will say, as a veterinarian, whenever I first met Katheleen,
Yeah, that's what I want you to say.
I was an extreme skeptic because I didn't necessarily believe in the gift that she has. We were actually in Kinder, Louisiana for the fraternity, and I was at the trailer one night, and Dustin had come back from the trailer, and he said, so I met this lady that is going to come to the stall tomorrow and talk to the horses. And I'm like, what are you talking about, talk to the horses? He said, well, she has this gift. She's the animal communicator. And I just kind of blew him off. I'm like, okay, whatever, you know.
You know Dustin.
Yeah, I mean, Dustin has used people before, and some of the stuff that he comes back and tells me after he talks to these people, I'm just like, well, that can be any horse. That doesn't necessarily mean it's that particular horse, because it was kind of vague. So the next day, Katheleen comes to the stall, and Katheleen at the time didn't speak English very well. She still was kind of a lot of French, and so she introduced herself and told us a little bit about what she does and talking to the horses. And she didn't know who I was. She didn't realize I was a veterinarian or anything like that. So we were sitting at the stalls, and she started talking to, I don't remember which horse it was, she started talking to, and talking about different things about the horse's personality and some of the things that was going on and some of the ailments that they had and problems that they had. So I was just kind of listening, and the more she said, the more she was pretty accurate on all the things that she was saying based on some of the things that we have done. And she started talking about, there's one, I do remember one horse in particular, she was talking about we have had some soundness issues, and we have done different things with that horse, and some of it worked but didn't necessarily work 100%. So we had tried different things after that and stuff like that, and she started going through that particular horse, and she was saying, oh, 8 weeks ago y'all did this with that horse and he feels better, but there was a little bit more, so y'all ended up doing this with this horse a couple weeks after that, and different things like that. And she was pretty accurate on the timeline.
I remember that Dustin was like, no, we didn't, and
yes, yes. Dustin started saying, no, we didn't do that with that horse, we didn't do that with that horse. And I actually, on my phone, I keep like just timelines of when we do certain things with horses, so when we're, if I'm not at the office or we're not home, I can always just look at my phone and say, oh, we did do that, And I started looking at my phone, and I'm like, no, we did do those things. And Dustin's like, no, we did. I'm like, no, we did do that. So at that point in time, she kind of made me a believer that day, because there was things that there's no way, we'd never met her before, she couldn't have known any of that. And I mean, it was dead on timeline wise up to some of the things that we had done with that horse.
I know she's helped us, and like I said before, with our program a bunch. I think that humans have a way they believe animals think, but she's really changed my thoughts on the way my horses think, and it's made my training a lot easier. They seem to learn a little quicker, and we don't have as many hard times with them as we used to. A lot of times
they tell a lot on you too.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sorry.
a lot of things that we think fix problems that it doesn't. You create more problems, and the way she thinks with the animals, I think it helps us get the best out of each horse.
And I'm so grateful too for both of you, because you are open-minded and you share your knowledge too with me, because I'm sharing that, but you explain me what you try, what it works, what it didn't, and I think we have no limit. That's really fun, and thank you. I really appreciate that too. So, yeah.
I mean, even as a veterinarian, Kathleen has helped open my eyes to things that, I by no means can I communicate with the horse, but there's things that she's shown me to open my eyes to where I can notice and understand them a little bit better into how they work and how they think and stuff like that from a vet point, to try to make these horses feel better and treat some of the things that they have going on with them.
Yeah. And what is our goal? I think all three together too. It's for the horse.
Oh yeah,
we are all there.
I agree with that. That's the main thing.
That's the main thing. That's
and
why.
There was a period of time where Kathleen came and stayed by our house for probably 6 months or so.
Yeah.
So we would try different things on the different horses to see how they would, if it would help them or not, or different treatment methods I would bring home from the office, and Kathleen would connect to them, and we would try them out and see if they work the way they were supposed to.
Yeah, and there's we can add a lot of funny story that we had.
Yeah, a lot of it.
Yeah, and there's some horse, like, do you remember the horse that was moving in the stall? And
Yes.
yeah, so we just
Remember the one that used to run off with me?
yeah. We had a lot of fun story, and that horse that one was running off. He just
It was fun.
It was fun, and then yeah, that day when I arrived, he did it again just to show me.
You what you do, yes.
Oh, so hey, thank you again so
Thank
much.
you for everything,
Thank
Kathleen.
you, and I'm happy that you share that with me, because right now I can help others too, and that helped me a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, my name is Matt Matthews. This is my 17-year-old mare, Luna. I've been running Luna. She's a barrel horse. I've been running her for several years now, and we're all kind of fat and out of shape and hairy at the moment. But I've been running Luna for several years now, and we started using Kathleen probably 3 years ago. Luna was still making really beautiful runs, but just wasn't really clocking like she used to be. She kind of went from 1D to 3D. We couldn't figure out what was going on, and I started to use Kathleen. I just heard a lot of great things about her. And so I started to use Kathleen, and this is my mare, Doll. She is a firewater flip mare, and I started using Kathleen for her as well, because we were just really having a lot of issues. The vets couldn't figure out what the issues were. We found out that Luna actually had EPM, and Doll actually had a tear in her meniscus. And so Kathleen was just really able to pinpoint a lot of the issues that maybe our chiropractor or our vets couldn't find. And we've been able to take that and, kind of fix those issues and figure out the actual root cause instead of just kind of covering up or putting a Band-Aid over it. Both of these mares are back now. They're both back running. They're both doing amazing. And it's really cool because Kathleen is so incredibly talented, and I can message her if I have a problem, or if I feel like Luna's EPM may be flaring up, or Doll may be having, something going on with her stifle or her meniscus or something like that. And Kathleen is just incredibly talented and so great with the horses. She's also helped me a lot with she's helped me a lot with my confidence, and really just learning to enjoy being with my horses and enjoy barrel racing, and kind of taking the pressure off of trying to win all the time and just being able to enjoy the sport. So if you haven't used Kathleen, get your life together, because she's absolutely incredible and so worth it.
Hey everybody, my name's Amanda Welsh, and I run a horse by the name of Firefly. And my experience with the communication and how it has made my relationship with my horse stronger is it allows me to better understand the ins and outs of Firefly. Like, I know him pretty well, but it's just there's little things that I do that I'm like, I'm wondering if it's good for him, if it's not. And through the use of Kathleen, I've been able to figure out that pre-run, I need to cool my jets. And so it just allows Firefly to not get worked up. But it also, it benefits me as well. I stay a lot more calm. Mental clarity is a lot better. And it just allows me to just enjoy that moment with Firefly. And I know my runs on him are very limited nowadays, and so I just need to not get stressed. Obviously it's not good for him, he can feel that, and so I try really hard not to put any more added pressure on him or myself. And so now I've been able to just sit in the back and let him relax, and I don't touch my reins until we're ready to go up to the gate for our run, and because he knows that's go time. And so the things that Kathleen has helped me with, I just have been able to care for Firefly a little bit better than what I was. And all in all, it just helps him be the best and feel the best that he can. And it also has helped being able to go to my vet if they can't find something. Like, I've had Don ask me before I get there, we couldn't quite figure out what was going on, and he says, has Kathleen talked to him lately? And so it's just really nice to be able to have that connection with my vet, that he respects Kathleen's gift and we can work for the benefit of the horse together. And I've also had Kathleen and her daughter Alex do a combination with Firefly, and to watch those two work together to benefit Firefly is absolutely amazing. And so I just really encourage that if you ever do reach out to Kathleen, to hopefully your vet and your horseshoe and your chiropractor and all that is for you. Be open-minded to that, because the things that you can find to benefit your horse is absolutely amazing, and what more to benefit the horse than working together for the team. And I just know that Firefly and I are so thankful for Kathleen's gift, because it helps me deepen my relationship with Firefly and to care for him even better than what I was. And knowledge is key, and when you can do better, then it only benefits you and your horse.
Hey guys, my name's Amber Manley. I am here with my amazing mare, Chocolate Valentini. She thinks so too. Also known as Coco. Wanted to take a minute to talk about my experience with Kathleen. I used Kathleen Daigle for an EPM case that I had prior to owning Coco. And upon that experience, Kathleen got a chance to get to know me. She was very instrumental in assisting me in finding the right fit horse, because she got to know my personality. And because of this, I utilized Kathleen's animal communicating talent, gift, if you will, to assist me in making sure I found the right fit. And with that being said, I got a phone call from Lacey Donegan about Coco, and me lacking self-confidence in my writing ability and my skill set. Lacey, of course, was like, I would not call you if I didn't think she would work. Called Kathleen, and Kathleen immediately to the T described Coco, not knowing who had her or anything like that. It was really unique. And of course I showed up to try her, and she was everything that I wanted and more. And I am thankful for Kathleen's God-given gift. And here I am today with this amazing, perfect mare. It's been a lot of fun, and I can thank Kathleen for that. So if you guys get a chance, you need to use Kathleen for that side of life, trying horses. It's a great insight prior to making a 3 or 4 hour drive or even a flight to go try a horse. It was really helpful. And I will say, out of all the horses that I did try, the owners were to a T exactly what Kathleen read, and me not knowing that person. So it was very helpful. Anyways, guys, she's been great.
Hi, my name's Erika Frost, and this is my horse, Pomp. He is a breakaway horse. I've been staying here at Kathleen Daigle's place, and she was kind enough to communicate with Pomp. And one of the things she told me was that his left knee was pretty sore. She specified the inside of his left knee, which Pomp hasn't taken a lame step. He's been working outstanding for me in the practice pen at the rodeos. So I kind of took it with a grain of salt and was like, okay, I'll keep that in mind. Well, the next week she asked me, hey, have you been working on Pomp's left knee with the IQ skip? And I said, no, I really haven't. Guess I should pay attention to it a little more, but he really hasn't been lame at all. He's been working really good. So kind of might have seemed like I wasn't really listening to Kathleen. And so about a week later, we had the chiropractor come, Robbie Stidham, and he worked on Pomp and said, you might want to check out his left knee. It won't flex as good as the right one. Might want to go get a vet check that out. So I was like, well, 2 people telling me that his left knee's kind of sore, like, really should go get it checked out. So I went to the vet. Turns out he actually has a bone spur in his left knee. We got it injected. He's doing good. Vet even had a hard time really getting him to be lame on it, even flexing him. So it was kind of amazing that Kathleen found that. The vet was even doubting it. He was like, well, I mean, we can x-ray it. That's why you're here if you want to. And I went ahead and did it, and I'm glad I did, because I guess Kathleen knew it. I should have listened to her from the start, but it was just, he was working good, so I didn't think to go get it checked out. But she really is the real deal, because Pomp actually did have something wrong with his left knee, so got that fixed, and I'm really glad that I had Kathleen communicate with him.
I'm Tali, and the horse that I talked to with Kathleen was my mare Donut. Approximately the beginning of January we talked, and it was quite interesting. Kathleen told me that at first Donut didn't really want to talk to her. And that can be Donut at times, you know. She's a pretty private mare, and she does pick and choose, but eventually she was able to talk to her. One of the things we talked about, and one of the questions I had was Donut tends to be what I would call hypersensitive more so like with her sight. She will notice an object if you change anything in the arena, or if you're walking to the barn, she definitely will see if anything is different, and she's very aware of it. So I did talk to Kathleen considering her eyes. I have had my vet look at her eyes, and she was cleared, but it was quite funny because we were getting towards the end of the session, and Donut was like, hey, you got to talk to her about my eyes. So it was really funny when that came up, because she does see differently. It would be kind of like some people who are nearsighted and farsighted, and so it was quite interesting. And so I'm glad I went with my gut and that feeling and asked that question of Kathleen, and we did get an answer. It was great. The other thing Kathleen talked to me about that really wasn't in one of my questions, but she was aware of, and Donut was kind of saying something to her, is about her hind gut. And so she had asked me, has she been a little grumpy? And I'm like, well, not really, but she has been a little standoffish, and I'm like, okay. And so I did some research and looked for some products for the hind gut, and started her on them about 3 months ago, just right after, maybe 2 weeks after I had talked to Kathleen. And she's doing much better with that. She seems happy. She comes to her gate when I'm ready with a halter and stuff. She doesn't hang out in the corner. So that was really, really interesting. And then we talked about, she had asked me, it wasn't one of my questions, but she had said something that Donut was talking about, some pain in her right hip region. And so we talked about it at length, and I'm a physical therapist, so basically she had a little bursitis in that area, and with a little soft tissue, some joint lobe, and some craniosacral work, she's doing good. It's been 3 months, and we'll just continue to watch that and use my skill sets on that area. So it was really nice to kind of get that, that Donut had said something, because she did have an old injury several years ago that we worked on and rehabbed and brought back and strengthened. And so I was like, okay, well, we'll relook at that. Well, the funny thing is Kathleen had said something about 2 weeks or something. I mean, two. She kept saying 2. And I'm thinking, yeah, no, the injury was over 3 years ago. But after I realized that she actually got kicked 2 weeks prior to talking to Kathleen by a horse of mine. And so, yeah, that definitely could have made her sore in that area again. So it was quite interesting and very informative. And I'm glad I talked to Kathleen, and I will continue to use the information that her and Donut gave me. And anytime I do have a question, I will talk to Kathleen again. Thank you.
Hey, this is Angie Jean and Rolex. We've been so blessed to have Kathleen speak to our horses on numerous occasions. But the first time she came and spoke to Rolex, he told her he has 2 different riders, and they're both very different. He said the main thing is the one that's really nice doesn't know how to communicate with him well at all. That was obviously me. Paris obviously knows how to communicate with him. So I've been working on it quite a while, and I've really taken to heart, not only with Rolex, all the horses, that I need to make my signals more clear. And today we're here at the Senior World, and we just made a really nice run, and I'm thrilled. I felt like I did a good job communicating with them. Kathleen's given us so much good advice, but that one particular thing stuck out with me as one of the most important things, is really being clear on your communication with horses. So thank you so much, Kathleen.
Hi, my name is Lexi Gos. This is Popcorn and Eyebrow Race. I've been speaking with Kathleen about 2 years now, ever since Popcorn first got ulcers. She has really helped me connect with my horse and understand if my horse is in pain or not. Usually I'll call her or text her when I can't pinpoint what's going on, or the vet can't pinpoint what's going on. Kathleen is usually to the rescue. I didn't initially believe in animal communication, but I am totally a believer now. She has known things that no one else has known. She's also helped me a lot with my anxiety in the arena.
knowing that my horse is going to be okay and that he really wants to compete and he wants to do good. She really understands animals and is able to communicate with them on all levels.
Hi, I'm Tasha Welsh, and this is Thor, and we're here to talk about Kathleen and just how she's helped me on my journey and my horses, and not only him but all the other ones. I guess Kathleen and I have been working together for probably 4 years or so, very, very closely on a lot of horses, and whether it's mental, riding, health, just all the things she's helped me with. And we've worked together some with an AccuScope, and we've had some really fun things happen there. But she's just, we started out more just baseline. She would come and communicate with my horses and help me figure out stuff that I or vets or chiropractors or whoever couldn't figure out. And then we teamed together and with chiropractors and vets and trainers, and we get a lot figured out on these guys that nobody else could figure out. And then mentally, just especially like with a horse like this, it just is so connected with you and feels everything. She's helped me a lot, just bond with him and believe in ourselves and myself mostly in pretty extreme situations and very high pressure situations. Just help keep nerves down and keep focus and just reach a lot of goals that I don't think would have been attainable without her help. So not only has she helped me get the horses to that level, but me personally in my competition and just belief of myself to get me there. There's just so much that like she brings to the table with her gifts and being able to communicate with horses, but her gift and be able to help people and their horses get to that next level as well. I just wanted to give some examples, specific examples of some things that Kathleen's gifts have helped me with. We had a mare that had a front end lameness and we couldn't figure it out. We'd done blocks, we'd done this, and nothing really seemed to help her. It was a very weird front end lameness, and I was heading to the vet, and this was kind of one of the start with her and my vet's relationship and why this works so well. But we were heading there, and I just said, okay, Kathleen, like we've tried everything. I need you to talk to her just one more time. She says X-ray or withers. And the mare didn't palpate, nothing. And it, like I said, it was a front end lameness, like nothing through her back. So we X-rayed her withers, and sure enough, she had kissing spine through her withers. Did the surgery, that front end lameness never, it went away. And the mares, that was years ago, and the mares just continued to go on and just do great and be sound today. I had another mare, and Kathleen was in Quebec, and I was out rodeoing, and I had to use a different shoer, and the mare kind of had really bad feet anyways, and Kathleen called me, and I hadn't talked to her for a couple months, and she called me, and she's like, are you doing so-and-so's feet? And I'm like, yeah. And she's like, she has a hot nail, and I mean, says exactly front what nail it was. And so I'm sitting there going, okay, I'm gonna have to tell the shoer that this lady called me from Quebec and that he hot nailed my horse because my horse contacted her and told her. So I kind of got around to it, and I told him, and he looked at me like I was crazy. And he pulled it out, and sure enough, he'd hot nailed that mare, and blood came out. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But it's a pretty cool experience, because a lot of times Kathleen doesn't know the athletes, like whether they're human or horse. Like they could be an NFR horse, NFR contestant, and Kathleen treats them all the same, and she just speaks truth no matter who they are. And so that's another fun thing about it, because she doesn't sugarcoat it. Like if there's something, you're the best in the world that you could be doing differently to help your horse, you're going to know about it. Or if your horse is the best in the world and it needs something else, even though you have a great team of people behind you, you just may be missing a little something here, she's going to tell you. And it just really helps you get to that next level. And some horses may never would have gotten there without her help, or people per se. So I think it's truly a gift. And for me, it's been a missing thing. Like, I don't know what I would do without her, because I'll be gone and on the road, and she'll be in Texas, and I can be like, okay, he's doing this, or he's doing that, or he's not quite doing this, and she'll be like, check his back right foot. And I'm fortunate to have an AccuScope, so a lot of times Kathleen and I can get it done with the AccuScope and fix it until we can get home to our bed or whatever. And there's been a couple horses out on the road that we've joined up and we've gotten sound out on the road together working. And again, this is stuff that I wouldn't be able to do without her help. And it's just been a fun way to really help people and their athletes reach their goals.
And like with Thor too, we have, can you?
So with my stallion, he's very, he likes his job during breeding season. And he got home one day, and we had a big rodeo, and I just always have her just like make sure everything's good with them. And he made her feel it and told her that it was the thing that they collect him with was warmer today. And so I was like, okay. And he really liked it. And so when I went back to the breeding farm, I asked my vet about it, and he's like, yeah, he's like, actually it was warmer, and he says that it was his best collection. So yes, she gets to feel all the things.
Yeah, sometimes it's, I don't like to show my face about it, but
Yes.
yeah, I thank you again. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in today. Thank you for listening, and please don't forget, there's more than talking. There's more about communication. And remember that the language sometimes of the heart, it's the most important. Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep communicate with your heart. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your time with me. Please make sure to follow, like, share, subscribe on all my social media. And don't forget to leave me a review. If you want to learn more about me, visit my website, horseconfidence.com with a K, where you can also order my book.